Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic baseball. We're still on May the 18th. We've got the Chicago White Sox at the Minnesota Twins today, the middle game of a 3-game set. And greetings to Kelly, Kenyon, and Frank so far. And Mike. There's Mike C. Good afternoon. Hope everyone's having a good day. We're coming at you live from the home of Mookie the Great, or really Mookie the Weird, today. Seems to have quieted down. We'll see how it goes. Good pitching matchup today. Lefty Gary Peters takes the mound for the White Sox. He'll be opposed by Mudcat Grant, the right-hander for the Twins. Peters with a fantastic card. The results have not followed so far in the replay. He's 1-4 with a 4.6 ERA in 6 starts, encompassing 43 innings in which he's allowed 48 hits with 28 strikeouts. Grant with a solid card has been about what you'd expect. 6 starts, 4-2 record, 3.60 ERA. He has 3 complete games, including a shutout. 45 innings, 46 hits allowed, and 26 strikeouts. And how'd been? I have the site on fire. What does that mean? There's Kenyon. Kenyon, you notice I lost 2 subscribers. I'm guessing they were both Yankee fans. Boy, I've taken some flack for the team's record. I don't understand it, really. They're only 3 games off their real-life record at this point in the season. They're 8-22. They were 11-19 in real life at this point. I mean, I've tried to do everything I can for them. Only so much I can do, fellas. They're a last-place team in 66. There's not much I can do about that. Well, I appreciate that, Kelly. Thank you. Definitely there's a core group that seem to be enjoying this and perhaps even more importantly, enjoying the interaction with each other, which I enjoy. And there's Franklin. He comes right in on cue. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, I hold nothing against them. On the other hand, I'm pretty neutral on the matter. Believe me, I'm not trying to make them be 8-22. That's for sure. I'm not trying to do that with any team. All that would serve to do is diminish my credibility. I'm just trying to bring you a ball game. I leave the rooting to you guys. I mean, I get caught up in it sometimes, but, I try to remain as impartial as possible. I tell you, Ben, I'm learning a lot, too. Every day I learn something, and that's another thing that makes this so much fun. Got my coffee here. Let's go ahead and give you the White Sox lineup. White Sox have struggled this season, coming 9-17. The Twins 16-9. I'd say that's accurate, Ben. I love the great pitching performance. I love the complete game from the starter. One reason I did a 60s card set as opposed to a modern day card set, we just don't see those you don't see complete games anymore. Very, very rarely. We had a near no-hitter recently, though, in real life, didn't we? God, I can't even remember the guy's name. It was against the Angels. You know who I'm talking about. Okay, for the White Sox, Tommy Agee leads off in center field. Don Buford at second base moves into the 2 spot. Floyd Robinson will be in right field hitting third. John Romano, the catcher, hits cleanup. Tom McCraw back in the lineup at first base. He'll bat fifth. Pete Ward is in left hitting sixth. Gene Freeze down at third hits 7th, Al Weiss, which I misspelled here. Sorry about that. I added the extra S. He's at short, hitting 8th, and Peters, decent hitting pitcher, in the 9th spot. Well, Kenyon, to be honest, that makes 2 of us. I am in all kinds of keeper leagues with that card set. I have no interest at all in doing a replay. I'm in 5 keeper leagues. Actually 6th if you count the online game, I think. I've got one on 365. Let me see here again. Yeah, I've got 6 keeper leagues with the 2023 cards, counting the one that's on Strat-365 on their website. Yeah, I get it, guys. The obvious appeal here is exactly it's the same for you as it is for me. These are the players of our youth, okay? Back when life was simple, these guys were looked upon as heroes, really almost above human in some respects, right? To a kid, I mean, a major league ball player was, for me anyway, that was like the ultimate. Setting the Twins defensively now, Earl Batty will do the catching, Harmon Killebrews at first, Allen at second, Versailles at short, Rich Rollins down at third, the outfield left to right, Costco's in the lineup today in left, Tovar in center, Oliva in right. Let me cue up my stats here. And we're ready to go. Grant's ready to work. AG stands in to lead things off. The right-handed hitter hitting just 200 on the season. Still looking for his first home run. He has 10 RBIs. Grant into the windup. Comes in there with a 6'5" right-handed, and he struck him out. So Grant fans Agee, and here's Don Buford now, the switch hitter batting lefty against Grant. Buford enters the game hitting .248, 3 home runs, and a team-leading 17 RBIs. Doubly impressive when you stop to think that he's batted in the leadoff spot most of the year. Grant ready to work now. The pitch to Buford is a 5'7" left-handed. It's a base hit up the middle. Hard hit ground ball right up the middle. And in the center field, Tovar picks it up. Buford will round and hold it first. Buford with great speed, a good time to check the Twins' battery. Grant with a -1 hold. Batty with a 0 arm. That would make Buford a 16. He will be held on, making him a 14. And with Robinson at the plate, and with a very offensively challenged ball club here, he's going to try for that lead 1-14. Needs 2 through 6 and a 9. 7, he does not get the lead. On the back number, he would be a 10, so that's not going to happen. Here's Floyd Robinson, 1 away. Robinson batting .274, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. From the stretch now, Grant delivers. 5'6", left-handed. It's a grounder to first base. Killebrew to his right, down to Versailles for 1. Back to first, not in time. That'll be a 3-6 force. Floyd Robinson aboard. 18-17, he's held at a 15, and he's going to try for the lead. He needs a 6. 5, just missed it, and John Romano will hit away. Romano, the right-handed hitting catcher in the cleanup spot, hitting .276. 16 for 58 with 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. And I've got a dice down on the floor. Excuse me. Okay, it's a white one. No, it's a red one. I see it. Oh, good grief. Got it. Oh my God. Okay, that's not easy at my age. I had to crawl under the desk. It rolled under the couch. And I got to it just before Mookie. So Romano fouls one back. Grant gets a new ball. Grant from the stretch. Here's the pitch now to Romano. It's a 4-8 liner right into the glove of Allen. That'll do it. Soft line drive to second. Side is retired. No runs, a hit, one left. After half an inning of play, Chicago nothing. Minnesota coming to bat. Yeah, you're right, Kenyon. I only met a handful of players in my life. Maury Wills, Ron Reed, Don Sutton. All great guys, though. I think that's it. If not, I'm going to blame that on senior appropriate memory, or age appropriate memory, whatever you want to call it. Frank, I wouldn't rule anything out these days either, honestly. Boy, that was an effort, let me tell you what. As Peters gets loose, let's go ahead and give you the Minnesota Twins lineup today. First, a quick glance at the standings. I just wanted to see where the Twins are in relation to the Orioles. The Twins are in third place, 2.5 games behind the Orioles, a game behind the Kansas City Athletics, the surprising Kansas City Athletics. They'll start off with Zoilo Versalles at shortstop, Cesar Tovar in center hits second, Tony Oliva in right field hits third, Harmon Killebrew back in the cleanup spot at first, Rich Rollins has taken over the third base job, at least for now, bats fifth. Andy Costco gets a start in left field. He'll hit sixth. Earl Batty, the catcher, seventh. Bernie Allen, the second baseman, eighth. And Mudcat Grant, the pitcher, hits ninth. The White Sox defensively have Romano catching, McCraw at first, Buford and Weiss up the middle, Freeze at third, and the outfield left to right of Ward, Agee, and Robinson. Here we go to the bottom of the first. Versalles to start things off. He's getting 265. 2 homers, 12 RBIs. The right-hander stands in against the left-handed Peters. Here's the windup on the pitch. It's a 5-5 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So both teams start off with a strikeout. One down, and here's Tovar. Tovar just 9 for 53. That's a 170 average. He does have a home run. Peters into the windup. Here it comes. It's a 4-4 right-handed. Fly ball into shallow center. Here comes Agee on his horse. He's there to make the catch. 2 away. That'll bring up Tony Oliva. Probably the Twins' best player. He comes into the game at 253, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. Left on left. Peters is set now, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-7 left-hander. A double to 5 on a 7. Oliva will hold with a long single. A 2-out single for Tony Oliva. A star 15 Steeler. Time to look at the White Sox battery. Peters is 0. Romano a +1, arm behind the plate, however. +1 battery makes Oliva a 16. He'll be held on, reducing him to a 14, and Harmon Killebrew will hit away. Killebrew hitting .349, 5 home runs, and a club-leading 20 RBIs. So Oliva cautiously does not want to make the third out with Harmon Killebrew standing at the plate. Peters from the stretch. 3-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Killebrew, and down go the Twins in the first. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. We played an inning and we're scoreless. Yeah, $13 beer. I don't know what's worse, Frank, a $13 beer today or the $8 beer I got in San Diego in 1986. I kind of think that's even worse relative to inflation. We're moving along to the second inning now. McCraw, Ward, and Freese for the White Sox. Tommy McCraw, just 7 for 55 on the year. He's been out of the lineup for a while, and you can understand why, as he's batting .127. No homers, 3 RBIs. Uh-oh, here he comes. Grant into the windup. Here's the pitch. That's a 3-11 right-handed. It's a grounder to first base. Killebrew will take it to the bag, and there's one down. It was a big cut, Ben. But still. What would that be in today's dollars? $20? 15? Here's Pete Ward. Ward's hitting .219, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. I drink socially now. I don't drink alone. It just depresses me. I used to. When I was working, I drank quite a bit. I call that Safeway-induced drinking. Anyway, since I retired, I haven't really had the need or the desire to drink alone. Definitely put away some wine when my uncle and his wife were here, I'll tell you that. Here's Ward now. Grant the pitch. 4-7 left-handed. That's a base hit into right field. Ground ball through the right side and into right field. So Pete Ward with a 1-out single. -1 battery, he'd be a 14. They're not going to hold him as he's not a star stealer. This team desperate for runs, though. They're going to try for that 6. He'd be a 14 if he gets it. He does not get it. Okay, it's up to Freese. Freese 9 for 31. That's a .290 average. A pair of homers, 5 RBIs. Grant from the stretch. That's a 4-6 left-handed. Single to 6 on a 13. Uh-oh, here comes Mookie. I know, but you can't be on the computer, man. Okay, where was I? .46 right-handed. It's a fly ball to left field, playable for Costco, and Freese is retired. Oh no, that's right. It's not for Freese. That was for the steal. I'm sorry. My apologies, guys. Mookie jumped up here, and I'm going to have to back this up a second. Okay, so Freese was trying for the 6. He got the 6, so he has the lead. Okay, this has nothing to do with... That's Ward getting the lead. That has nothing to do with Freese's at bat. So Ward has the lead. He's a 1-14. The pitch to Freese. One to 14. Here goes Ward. The throw down. He's stolen it. How about that? So they elect to not hold Ward. And he steals second. I'm going to check it, but I'd have to guess that's his first steal of the season. And it is. So the White Sox last in the league in runs scored, are doing everything in their power to generate something here. And here's the next pitch to Freeze. On a 1-9 righty, swung on and missed, strike three. Mudcat Grant fans Freeze. And here's Al Weiss, the shortstop now. Weiss, the defense first infielder, although you would never know it from his shortstop rating, 3.68. Ouch. He is just 6 for 31 on the season. That's a 194 average. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Here's the pitch now. It's a 1-5, swung on and missed, strike three. How about that? Grant fans the side. Wait, that was the third out. Jiminy Christmas. I beg your pardon. So Weiss will get an at bat in the second. My apologies, guys. I got to get in the game here. Poor excuse, I know, but I have to admit I was distracted by Mookie. No, I am just... God damn it, Mookie. Weiss is up. I put that in... Jesus. I put that in Rollins' spot. Okay, hang on here. Runner on second, 2 out. It is Weiss. A 1-5, swung on and missed, strike three, and the side is retired. There we go. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're still scoreless as we move to the bottom of the second. And hello, Dave Little. Welcome. Okay, bottom of the second we go. Rich Rollins will start it off for Minnesota. Rollins, 9 for 27. It's a 3.33 average. He's basically won the third base job. A homer and 5 RBIs. Peters into the windup. Pitch to Rollins is a 5.12 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. That's a tough play for Buford. A 4.39. Here's the roll on a 17. He makes the play and throws him out. Nice play, Don Buford. 4.3X. You guys know the White Sox have had some challenges defensively as well this season, but Buford makes that play. Here's Costco now. Costco hasn't played that much, and it's not hard to see why. He's 3 for 33 on the season, and 0.91 average, does not have an RBI. Getting the start today in left against the left-hander. Peters into the windup. The pitch to Costco is a 3-4. Grounder down to third base. Freeze will take it and throws him out. Here's Earl Batty now. Right-handed hitter, team captain, hitting .307. 2 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Peters comes in there with a 3-6 left-handed. It's a little slow roller to third. Here comes Freeze. He's got it. On the run, throws to McGraw, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gary Peters. And welcome Jeffrey. Later today, Game 3 of the 1969 American League Championship Series. And greetings to Mike. Oh, how cool is that? Having lunch with Danny Carey, fantastic drummer. I really like that band too. Probably one of the few what you would call modern bands that I'm into. Mostly I like the older stuff, but I do like Tool and Porcupine Tree. Here's Peters. He's going to lead off the third. He's a four-hitting pitcher, left-handed batter with end power. Grant gets the sign now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 2-7, swung on and missed, strike three. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Grant. That gives him 4 in the game. I'll turn the lineup over, and here's Tommy Agee. Agee struck out in the first. Grant ready to work. Here's the pitch to Agee. It's a 1-7, fly ball into center. Backing up is Tovar, and there's 2 down. Here's Buford now. Buford singled his first time up, was forced. Batting left-handed. The pitch from Grant. 1-12, he hits him. Oh my goodness. Buford hit by the pitch. He'll take his base. Buford, that's the second time he's been hit this season. And he'll be held on at 14 with Floyd Robinson at the bat. Buford's going to try for that lead again. 2 through 6 or 9. 5, he's got it. Here's the pitch to Robinson, 1-14. There goes Buford. Batty's throw. He's in there on a possible overthrow number. Batty, 1 through 5 overthrow. He does not overthrow it. It's a stolen base for Buford. Let's take a look now. Buford, I believe, has quite a few steals. That is his 7th steal. He's been caught twice. And here's the next pitch to Robinson. That's a 3-8 right-hander. It's a grounder down to first. Killebrew will take it to the bag. And that'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, a man left. We had a hit batter, a stolen base. Nothing doing for the White Sox. Bottom of the third we go, still scoreless. Well, thank you, Mike, and welcome, Danny, and a Dodger fan to boot. Well, we've got a lot to talk about. I don't think I've ever mentioned this to you guys, but I used to be a drummer. We're moving to the bottom of the third in a scoreless contest. Bernie Allen will start things off for Minnesota. Well, let's find Allen's stats here. He is hitting .250, 1 homer, 11 RBIs. The left-handed second baseman standing in. Left on left as Peters comes in with a 6-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the third K for Peters. Quite a few strikeouts here in the early going. And welcome to OG and JC Sports Replays. Yeah, good crowd on hand today. I appreciate it, guys. A lot of regulars and some faces I haven't seen in a while. And while not officially logged in, we have Danny Carey, the drummer from Tool, here as well. Here's Mudcat Grant. He's a right-handed batter, 3W. The pitch from Peters is a 6-6. That's a single to 10. On a 19, that soft liner is caught by Weiss at short. So Grant's bid for a hit is denied. And here comes Zoilo. Zoilo struck out in the first. Peters gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 4-4 right-handed is a shallow fly ball to center. Here comes Agee. He's there. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gary Peters. We've completed 3 innings here in Minnesota. We are scoreless. Romano, McCraw, and Ward to do for the White Sox in the fourth. John Romano lined to second his first time up. Grant gets the sign now from Batty. Here's the pitch. That's a 6-11 right-handed base hit into right field. Romano just reached out and poked it the other way. That's the third Chicago hit of the afternoon. All singles. Romano, very slow. He will not be held on as Tom McCraw comes to bat. OG's brother is a professional musician. How cool is this? We could have a music talk late in chat today. I can feel it in the air, guys. McCraw grounded to his opposite number his first time up. Now with a runner in first and nobody out. Grant working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to McCraw. It's a 6-8 left-hander, and that's banged over the third baseman and down into the corner. That's going to be a double to left, an open double. Romano could try to score on that, but 1 through 9, they're going to slam the brakes on him. And the White Sox will have second and third and nobody out here in the fourth inning. Oh, how cool is that, OG? I should know that, but of course, the one I know, the one I identify with Chicago, well, you all know who it is, right? Terry, the late great Terry Kath. Definitely a favorite of mine, at least in the pre-pop days of Chicago. Let's be specific here. Okay, how are the Twins going to play this? You've got a scoreless game. Second and third, nobody out. They're going to bring the infield in for Pete Ward. Ward singled his first time up, stole second. Here's the pitch from Mudcat Grant. That's going to be a 6-8 left-handed. He rips it in almost the exact same spot. Wide of the bag at third and down into the corner. Here comes Romano to score. McCraw right behind him and Ward into second with a 2-run double. It is 2-0 White Sox. 3 consecutive hits for the White Sox off of Grant here. And Freese will be the hitter. Freese struck out his first time. Suddenly, yes, man, suddenly the White Sox bats come alive here in the fourth. Ward at second, still no one out. Here's the pitch to Freese. That's a 6-7 righty. It's a grounder to second base X. That's going to be for Allen. Allen a 3-E22 as he ranges up the middle. Here's the play on a 3. He's not going to get it. He knocks it down, picks it up, does not have a play. That's going to be an infield single. Ward will hold at third. And 4 consecutive hits off of Mudcat here in the fourth. And Freese, although you would never suspect it from his defensive and running rating, is a star 15 stealer. 14 not held. They're going to have to hold him on, make him a 12, and play it at double play depth for Weiss. Wise, an A bunter, but the pitcher's on deck next. Let's take a look at Ward down at third. Not much speed there if you're thinking about a squeeze. Dave Boswell throwing down in the Minnesota pen. Okay, he's going to hit away. Not much really to do. I can bunt him over to second. We can't really squeeze with Ward at third. Weiss is just going to hit away. Here's the pitch from Grant. 2-9, he struck him out. That's just the first out of the inning. And that brings up the pitcher, Peters, a decent hitting pitcher. Runner still being held in field back. Let's check Peters' bunting rating. He's a B. But he's going to hit away here. Left-handed hitter. On a 1-9. Grounds it to second. That's going to be 2. No, with the runner held, I beg your pardon. With the runner held, that's a single plus. It's an RBI single for Peters. Ward into score. Freeze to third, and it's 3-0. So Peters with an RBI single. Holy smoke, 5 hits off of Grant. And Earl Batty's going out to the mound, probably to buy some time here. Rollins and Allen come in as well. Excellent clarification, Kenyon. Thank you for that. That's a very good analogy. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here. Grant is on thin ice here. We're going to give him one more batter. He's already allowed 5 hits and 3 runs in this inning. Agee 0 for 2. They're going to bring the infield in now with the pitcher at first. They can't afford to give up any more runs. So infield in, first and third. Here's the pitch to Tommy Agee on a 4-9. Single to 15. That's another hit. Freeze scores. Peters will stop at second. RBI for Agee. And here comes Sam Mealy, and that is going to do it for Mudcat Grant. So Grant, sailing along for 3 innings, suddenly can't get anybody out in the 4th, and his day is done. Grant lasts just 3 1/3, his shortest outing of the season so far. 1, 2 hits and no runs for 3 innings. 8 hits in total surrendered here. 4 runs so far, and runners at first and second are still out there, and his responsibility. He didn't walk anybody, he did hit a batter. And he struck out 5. Dave Boswell will come on now. A 3-rated reliever. He'll serve as the long man today. Boswell's been in 5 games, 3 starts, 2 relief appearances. He's 2-0 with a 2.05 ERA in the replay. 26 in the 3rd innings. He's only given up 16 hits. So Boswell's done a nice job for the Twins so far. He'll come on and face Buford with Floyd Robinson on deck. Boy, you said a mouthful, Kenyon. This game for sure makes no sense. Six hits in the inning for the White Sox now. Here's Buford. Buford has not been retired today. He singled in the 1st, was hit by a pitch, and stole 2nd in the 3rd. Boswell ready to work now. There's the pitch to Buford on a 4-3 left-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Rollins. Rollins, a 4E23. Here's the play on a 17. He's got it down to Allen for 1, and that's all they'll get. It'll be a force play. Agee erased. Peters down to 3rd. And the White Sox will bat around here in the 4th inning. Floyd Robinson, 0 for 2 is the batter. Boswell checks the runner. Here's the pitch on a 3-5. It's a grounder wide of second. Allen is there. Flips to Killebrew. And mercifully for the Twins, the side is retired. The White Sox score 4 on 6 hits and leave a pair. Wow, what an offensive eruption for the White Sox as they bat around here in the 4th inning. It is 4-0 White Sox. This White Sox team had only scored 96 runs in 26 games coming into today. And Frank, you're absolutely right. This Twin offense, very potent. They're hitting .265 as a team with 30 home runs. Tovar, Oliva, and Killebrew due up. But Peters, again, with a magnificent card, underperforming so far with a 4.60 ERA coming in. And we know what that means, don't we, Kenyon? Tovar is 0 for 1. Peters with the windup. That's a 5-9 right-handed fly ball into right. That's playable for Robinson. He'll take it for out number 1. Tony Oliva will be the hitter now. Singled his first time up for the Twins' only hit in the game so far. Left on left as Peters is set. He comes in there with a 6-11. And Oliva lofts one into center field. Agee gliding back, and he will take it. So 2 down quickly. And it's Killebrew who struck out his first time up. Peters into the windup. The pitch to Killebrew. 4-8 right-handed. It's a lazy fly ball to center. Agee camped under it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Peters. The White Sox come up with 4 in the top of the inning. The Twins go down rather meekly in the bottom of the inning. And it's 4-0 after 4. Favor of Chicago. John Romano, who led off the 4th with a single, will lead off the 5th. Boswell gets the sign from Batty. Now here's the pitch to Romano on a 1-2 liner right into the glove of Rollins. So a liner to third, 1 down. Here's Tommy McCraw now. McCraw 1 for 2 today. Boswell gets the sign. There's the pitch. It's a 5-6 left-handed, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes McCraw. 2 down, nobody on, and here's Pete Ward, who's 2 for 2 today. Here's the pitch from Boswell. It's a 6-11 left-handed, a fly to right field X. That's Oliva. Gold Glove caliber out there with a 1E10, and here's the play. On a 1, Oliva racing towards the line, dives, and he comes up with an incredible catch. Oh my goodness, only a 1 could have made that play. Holy crap, what a play by Tony Oliva. It's a 9X web gem here. Oh man, as I said before, if they'd have had a replay in those days, we'd be looking at that one again. 1, 2, 3 go the Twins. Boswell's retired all 5 batters he's faced since coming on in relief. And we move to the bottom of the 5th. A 4-0 ball game here this afternoon. Rollins, Costco, and Batty due for Minnesota. Rich Rollins 0 for 1. Peters gets the sign from Romano now, and here's the pitch to Rollins. It's a 6-3 right-handed. Base hit up the middle. Ground ball with eyes, just scooted right up the middle. And Rich Rollins aboard with a leadoff single. No threat to run. Here's Costco now. Well, Ben, are the fans at the Metropolitan buzzing, or are they just buzzed? They couldn't resist that one. Uh-oh, thunder for Franklin. Franklin in Florida. Sounds like a storm. I know I've asked this before, Franklin, but how far are you from Sarasota? As Costco stands in from the right side, Peters gets the sign. Now working from the stretch. Delivers a 2-10. It's a fly ball to left field. Ward is right there under it, and there's one away. Here's Earl Batty. Batty grounded to third his first time up. Peters from the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-6 lefty. Lazy fly ball into center. There's A.G. again. He's been busy out there today, at least the last few innings. And he gloves it for out number 2. Okay, Tampa. Thank you, Franklin. I don't know why I can't get that in my head. Here's Bernie Allen. Struck out his first time. Left on left. Peters comes in there with a 5-8 grounder to second base edge. But that's Buford, remember. A 4E39. Here's the play. On a 1, he's not going to get that. That's past him into right for a single. Rollins will turn and head into third. 2-out single for Allen, and that's going to spell the end of the day for Mr. Dave Boswell. Twins will send up a pinch hitter for Boswell. Boswell did a good job. Retired all 5 batters to face him. Struck out 1. We can close the book on Grant. And Pete Semino getting loose for the Twins. Against the lefty Peters. 2 on, 2 out. The batter is going to be Bob Allison. Bob Allison's been more or less the starter in left field of late. Sitting today against a left-hander. That makes absolutely no sense. He's much better against left-handers. Anyway, he'll hit here. I'm looking for his stats. 13 for 51. That's a 255 average. Just 1 home run, 7 RBIs. But you can see he has very good power against lefties here. Excellent ones column. Peters, first and second, 2 down. Comes in there on a 1-9. It's a fly. Got the ones column, but it's a fly ball to deep center. A.G. going back and glides to it for out number 3. No runs, 2 hits, a pair left. Twins waste an opportunity there in the 5th. We've played 5. It's 4-0 White Sox. Here comes Semino in now to pitch for Minnesota. 3rd pitcher of the day for the Twins. I don't think he's worked much. He's only been in 2 games. No record, 2 2/3 innings. A very high 6.75 ERA, but I mean it's 2 2/3 innings, so take it with a grain of salt. Freeze, Weiss, and Peters due for the White Sox as we move along to the 6th inning. Semino getting the sign. Here's the pitch to Freeze. That's a 4-7 right-handed. It's a grounder down to third. Rollins has it. Throws him out, 1 down. He was a good hitter, Frank. Yes, sir. Here's Weiss now. He struck out twice, going for the hat trick. Batting left against Semino. Here's the pitch now on a 3-8. Nubs it down to third. Rollins coming in on it. On the run, throws him out. A little excuse me swing there by Weiss. Little chopper down to third. Rollins able to make the play. And the batter will be the aforementioned Peters. Peters 1 for 2 today. Knocked in a run. Yes, sir, Kenyon. Yeah, that's damn good for a pitcher. Batting left-handed. And here's the pitch. It's a 6-9, and Cimino walks him. Cimino kicks at the mound a little bit, not happy with himself walking the pitcher. With 2 outs, it'll be Tommy Agee, who's 1 for 3 today. Cimino a glance at first, now comes to the plate. 1-7, fly ball to center field. Tovar's right there to handle it. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Still a 4-0 game. So other than that wild 4th for the White Sox, it's been a pitcher's game. Peters has been magnificent. He's only allowed 3 singles so far. And let's face it, he was overdue for a good outing. Just look at his card. It's hard to believe he came into this game with a 4.6 ERA. It'll be the top of the order for Minnesota as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Before we do, I'm going to top off my coffee, so I'll be right back. Excuse me for a minute. And we're back. Give it a little nuke job there. Last of the carafe. And a shout out to Greg, who just entered the chat. No triples yet. But the White Sox had a hell of a 4th inning, batting around for 4 runs. They knocked Mudcat Grant out of the game. And now they're going to start here with the top of the order and the bottom of the 6th. Zoilo will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. Peters getting the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch. That's going to be a 4-3 right-handed. It's a fly to right field X. That's Robinson. Floyd a 2E12 as he races towards the line. On a 6, he makes a fine running catch. Oh my God, what a play. That's a web gem for Floyd Robinson. 9X exclamation, 1 down. That'll bring up Cesar Tovar. He's 0 for 2 today. Peters winds and deals. 4-6 pops him up. McCraw will take it. 2 away. And here's Tony Oliva, 1 for 2. Lefty on lefty as Peters delivers. On a 1-7, Oliva bangs it up the middle for a base hit. Did I call him Alou? I did, didn't I? Oliva 2 for 3. Star 15 Steeler. Check that battery again. 0 + 1, 16. He'll be held at 14. He will not try for the lead with Killebrew at bat. Killebrew 0 for 2. Struck out in the 1st, flew to center in the 4th. 2 down runner at 1st. Peters set. Here's the pitch to Harmon Killebrew. It's a 6-3 single into center field, an open single. Oliva very fast, could take 3rd on that with 2 outs and 18, but Agee with that -3 arm, 15, they're going to hold him. I know I can hear the groans, but when you're trailing by 4, why make the 3rd out at 3rd? They'll leave it up to Rich Rollins. Rollins came into the game hitting .333. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Peters an 8 for endurance, so no problem there. We're only in the 6th. Here's the pitch to Rollins. That's a 4-9 grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Weiss. A 3E68. And here's the play. On a 10, it's the error range. It's an 11, and he boots it. Error Weiss, and the bases are loaded. The Twins, trailing by 4, have loaded the bases with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Andy Costco due up. Costco 0 for 2 today. Peters trying to get out of this jam now as he comes set, full windup. The pitch to Costco. 2-6. It's 4-6 right-handed. He pops him up. First base side, McCraw will take it. And that will do it. The Twins strand 3. No runs, 2 hits. They leave the bases full. The Twins have had opportunities in the 5th and the 6th, but unable to get anybody across the plate. As we go to the 7th, Semino will come out for his 2nd inning of work. He'll be facing Buford, Robinson, and Romano. Don Buford 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Batting left-handed against Semino. Here's the pitch. A 2-6 right-hander. It's a slow roller to first. Killebrew will take it to the bag. 1 away. Here's Floyd Robinson now 0 for 3. Semino winds and deals. 1-9 is a grounder to second. It's Allen to Killebrew. 2 down quickly in the 7th. Minnesota pen has been very effective since replacing Grant. Here's Romano now with 2 down. John 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch on a 3-7, a double to 2. That's going to hang up in center for Tovar, who hauls it down for the 3rd out, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Pete Semino. As we stretch for the 7th, let's check on Mookie, shall we? No big surprise, especially not to Frank. There he is. He's in the catbird seat. He was pretty rambunctious earlier. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to take a minute here. I'm going to see if this thing's still up here. I turned off the light, but I don't even know how the hell this happened. But if you can see that, somehow some kind of a yellow jacket or wasp got into the overhead light in the kitchen. Okay, and Mookie was up there on that shelf, and you can see how high that is. Okay, there's the counter. He was up there trying to leap at it, used the hood, the stove hood to jump down on. Oh my God, he finally gave up. I told him, you're not going to get to that thing. You can't get in there. I don't even know how he got in there or how the hell I'm going to get him out. I don't even know how that thing screws off. Oh my God, here comes the grounds crew. It's a wild one. Okay, we're at the 7th anyway. I've never unscrewed that thing, Ben. I don't have a step ladder. I had one. It was out on the back patio and somebody stole it, believe it or not. Hang on a second. I gotta run these guys down. I beg your guys' pardon for this delay here. I've been meaning to ask these yard guys something. Okay, we're back. Thanks for bearing with me. What did I miss? Yeah, I closed the slider. We'll be a little quieter now. Okay, we go to the bottom of the seventh. White Sox up 4-0. It's going to be Batty, Allen, and the pitcher's spot for the Twins. Batty 0 for 2 on the day. Peters gets the sign from Romano. Here's the pitch. That's a 2-4 lefty fly ball to left field, playable for Ward, and he's there to make the catch for the out. Here's Bernie Allen now, the left-handed hitting second baseman, 1 for 2. Yes, sir, Kenyon. That's what I was asking him. Could you come in here and, tend to the field a little bit? He said I'd have to call the office for that. They just do the lawn. That is what he said. Here's the pitch to Allen. 4-2 left-hander with a fly ball into right field. Robinson under it. And quickly there's 2 down in the 7th. And Peters really locked in today. Now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Cimino. Cimino worked 2. No hits, no runs, a walk, no strikeouts. Let's see what's left in the Twins' pen. You've got McGuire, Ward, Freese, due up. We're going to bring in my old buddy. Hey, there's another guy I met. I forgot this one. There he comes up right now in this game. Jim Merritt. And I feel bad that I forgot to mention Jim when I was talking about ball players I met, because Jim was probably the nicest of the bunch. Fantastic gentleman. We need a batter now against Peters. Could be Zimmerman. They have another catcher. Other than that, it's all left-handers. Of course, Peters kind of backwards. If we had a lefty who could hit lefties, that would work. That's who it's going to be. We're going to bring in Ted Eulander to pitch hit. Eulander, one of those players that I always have to look at to spell it. Here's Eulander, a left-handed hitter. Just 2 for 22 on the season. One of those hits is a home run. There's a pitch to Eulander now on a 2-8. He comes through with a base hit to left field. So Eulander delivers off the bench with a pinch hit single. Star 19 Steeler checking the battery again, +1. He's at 20, so he's going to be held on at 18. Trailing by 4. I don't care. That's too much to resist. He got to roll the 7. He does not get it. Didn't really expect him to. And here's Zoilo with 2 out, man on first. Runner being held. The pitch to Zoilo is a 4-6 right-handed. He pops him up. McCraw will take it. That'll retire the side, and it's 7 goose eggs for Gary Peters. No hits or run, a man left. Here's Merritt. Merritt so far has done a nice job for the Twins. He's been in 7 games, 1-0 with a save. 1.23 ERA in 7 1/3 innings of work. Let's see what I missed here. Sound like they were rolling oil drums around. And still wonders, wow, that is weird. McCraw, Ward, and Freeze due here in the 8th. Left on left. Merritt set to work. Here's the pitch to McCraw. On a 2-6, he pops him up right side. Allen there to grab it. And there's one down. Ward would come out of the game in left anyway, most likely. So we're going to give Ken Berry an at bat here, and he'll take over in left. Ward 2 for 3 today. Berry, a magnificent outfielder, 1E3 plus 1. And he's been torrid at the plate, too. Berry on the season, 14 for 35. That's an even 400. Batting now against Merritt. Here's the pitch on a 5-9. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Merritt fans Ken Berry. And the batter will be Freeze. This will likely be the last at bat for Freeze, too. He's 1 for 3 on the day. That's going to be a 6-3 right-handed. It is a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Costco at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run Freeze. Let's take another look at it. 6-3 righty. He has the power. For Gene Freeze, his 3rd home run of the season. That makes it 5-0. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Wise. What else could we do with Freeze? Not much. Wise will turn around and bat right-handed against Merritt. On a 5-9, he strikes him out. Down go the White Sox, but they add an insurance run on the Gene Freeze homer, and they lead it now 5-0. Freeze is going to come out. We're going to tighten up the White Sox porous defense here now. Ron Hansen will replace him. Okay, and here's how that's going to work. We're going to move some guys around. Hansen will take over for Freeze, and he'll play short. He's a 3E48. Wise will move to second, where he's a 2E12. And Don Buford will move down to third, where he's a 3E32. All eyes are on Gary Peters now, going for a complete game shutout here against a good hitting ball club. Tovar, Oliva, and Killebrew due in the bottom of the 8th. Tovar 0 for 3 today. Peters into the windup. Here's the pitch to Tovar on a 6-10 right-handed. It's a fly to center field X. That's where Gold Glover Tommy Agee is patrolling. On a 1E8, Agee going back, still going back. Error range 6 on an 8, and it's off of his glove for an error. Wouldn't you know it? 2-base error on Agee. Second error for Chicago. And for Agee, just his second error of the season. This is the first inning of potential fatigue for Peters. I don't know what I did with that other thing. Okay, here's Oliva. And welcome back, Franklin. Franklin showed up twice today. The Twins so far have not showed up at all. Here's Oliva, 2 for 3. Peters with the pitch. That's a 3-6 left-handed. He struck him out. That is just 4 Ks for Peters. And the batter will be Harmon Killebrew. Rich Rollins on deck. Heart of the order here. Peters into the windup. The pitch to Harmon. 3-10 left-handed. It's a ground ball into the hole. It's short. Handled there by Hansen, who throws him out. And here's Rollins. Rollins 1 for 3 today. The pitch from Gary Peters, a 2-6 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to left. Going back is Ward to the track, to the wall. He leaps. It's off the top of the wall. Here comes Tovar to score. Rollins will hold at second with an RBI double, and the Twins are on the board. 5-1 the score now. And the batter will be Costco. Ruano flashing some signs now. Peters set. Here's the pitch to Costco. It's a 3-3 base hit into center field. That's an open single. Trailing by 4, however, they're going to put the brakes on Rollins at third. And now one more hit or walk will fatigue Gary Peters. So there's activity in the Chicago pen. Closer, Eddie Fisher throwing. As Romano goes out to the mound. Peters says he's fine. In fact, if not for the error, he'd be out of this inning already. But as it is, there's a run in, first and third, and Earl Batty at the plate. Batty, 0 for 3 today. Peters staring in now. Here's the pitch to Batty. It's a 3-8 left-handed. Ground ball, slow roller to short. Charging it is Hansen, who throws him out to retire the side. The Twins get a run, an unearned one on that at 2 hits, and they leave 2. We go to the 9th. White Sox 5, Twins 1. Jim Merritt will come out for his second inning of work today. Excuse me. Gary Peters will start it off. Left on left. Merritt comes in with a 5-8. It's a lazy fly ball to right field. Oliva right there to take it. 1 down. Here's Tommy Agee now, 1 for 4. Merritt getting the sign. The pitch to Agee is a 3-5 left-handed. It's a base hit up the middle for Tommy Agee. His second hit of the afternoon. Agee a star 17 stealer. Merritt, though, with a -4 hold. Batty a 0. That would make Agee a 13. And with 1 out and a 4-run lead, no point on trying that and no point in holding him on. 1 away, and the batter will be Buford. Buford 1 for 3. He'll bat right-handed against Merritt. Merritt now working out of the stretch. The pitch to Buford is a 6-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Buford on strikes. 2 down. And here's Floyd Robinson. Left on left. Merritt checks the sign. Now here's the pitch on a 3-5 lefty. Ground ball to first. Killebrew will take it himself. And that'll do it. We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Can the White Sox hold on? Can Peters get the complete game? He allowed 2 hits in the 8th, so he only needs 2 hits and or walks to tire. Eddie Fisher, he's ready to go down there if needed. And Peters will be facing Bernie Allen, the pitcher's spot, and Zoilo, who makes his mark with the Z. Allen 1 for 3 in this one. Peters set now. Comes in with a 6-5. It's a high fly ball to right, but playable on a 12. Robinson is there on the track to make the catch for out number 1. Pinch hitter now for Merritt. Merritt worked 2 innings. They're down to it now. Not much on the bench as far as hitting a left-hander. It's going to have to be Zimmerman. Jerry Zimmerman, the backup catcher. Zimmerman on the season, 6 for 21, a 286 average. Standing in from the right side as Peters gets his sign. There's the pitch to Zimmerman. It's a 5-7 right-handed. It's a base hit up the middle. Zimmerman with a pinch hit single. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Peters. Zimmerman a very slow runner, but his run doesn't mean anything anyway. And here's Versailles now. Peters would love this complete game. He doesn't have a complete game this year. This is his 7th start. Kind of odd for an S8 to not have a complete game. He'd like to get one here. Versailles, the right-handed batter. Peters working from the stretch. The pitch to Zoilo is a 2-7. That's a single 2 stars. And Peters is fatigued. Wouldn't you know it? Oh, man, that's a shame. Zimmerman takes 3rd. Here comes Stanky, and that's going to be it for Peters. Eddie Fisher coming on. Peters 8 1/3. He gave up 3, 5, 6, 8, 10 hits. Just the 1 run so far. Did not walk a man. And he struck out 3, 4. Fisher's been in 7 games. He's 1-0 with a save and a 2.57 ERA in 7 innings of work. The score 5-1. That would make this a save situation. Oh, that reminds me of something else, but I'll get to that in the wrap-up. Okay, here's the situation. It's 5-1 White Sox. Twins have runners at the corners with 1 out. And Cesar Tovar at the plate. Eddie Fisher on in relief. Tovar 0 for 4 today. Infield back, Fisher set from the stretch. The pitch to Tovar is a 1-8 right-handed. Grounder to third base B. That's going to get a run in. That's going to be Buford down to Wise to first, not in time. So 5-4 force, the run comes in, Zimmerman will cross the plate. Tovar will pick up an RBI on the play. But with 2 away, the Twins are down to their last out as Tony Oliva steps to the plate. Oliva 2 for 4 today. If he could get on, Harmon Killebrew would come up representing the tying run. Fisher set now. Here's the pitch to Oliva. It's a 1-8 right-handed single to left field. It's an open single. Versailles to third, 17-19 plus 1. He's going to go to third. They won't even throw. No, it's not Versailles. It's Tovar. 15-17-18. Same thing applies. He'll take third. Third hit of the inning for the Twins. With 1 out, pinch hitter Zimmerman singled. Versailles follow with a single. Tovar hit into a force. Oliva singled into third. In a 5-2 game, Harmon Killebrew steps to the plate representing the tying run. Harmon 1 for 4 today. Crowd on its feet hoping for a miracle as Fisher comes set. The windup and the pitch to Harmon Killebrew is a 3-7 fly to center. Going back is AG, and that's the ball game. Holy cow. They get a run on 3 hits. 5-2 White Sox, the final. They hang on to win it. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. What a game. Nothing like a little ninth inning drama. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. See, Merritt allowed a hit and a run. No walks, 3 strikeouts. Fisher 2/3, he allowed a hit. Gary Peters gets the win. He's 2-4 on the season now. Grant, of course, takes the loss. He drops to 4-3. The totals on the game for the White Sox: 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. For the Twins, 2 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Twins had ducks on the pond, but they couldn't cash them in. Player of the game, I'd go with Peters. Without a sure thing offensive standout here, Pete Ward maybe 2 for 3 with the 2-run double. But yeah, we're going to give it to Peters. Well, hell, let's take a look. Oh, you know what I wanted to bring up in yesterday's game? I neglected to mention that Moeller does get a save for that 3 1/3 scoreless. I didn't notice it until I inputted the game into the computer version. So Moeller with the old 3-inning save. I tend to miss the save sometimes. You guys probably can tell that I'm not really thrilled with the save statistic. It's fun, but I don't know. All saves are not created equal, let's just put it that way. It can be kind of a misleading stat, I think. Tomorrow we've got the clash of the Titans. It's the Cincinnati Reds at the New York Mets. Middle game of that series. Sammy Ellis for the Reds, Jack Hamilton for the Mets. That's 1:30 Pacific. Don't scoff it off. I'll tell you what, the first game of that series was a dandy. Hopefully tomorrow will be more of the same. So join me for that one, 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Until then, Spokane Steve wishing everybody a very pleasant good evening. Take care, guys.